Hey, check this out. Look at what I tried doing last night. I'm starting to dry my own herbs. This is oregano, thyme, cilantro. We're drying our own herbs. They look good. They're coming along, man. This is cool.
So this morning consisted of a kind of a whole bunch of random things around here. Put a whole bunch of carrots in the backyard, which I will show you later. I'm excited about that. Yes, carrots. Second of all, for lunch I had a salad again. Half the salad was microgreens from my garden, which was sick having microgreens. I'm loving this so much. Jamie's making something for dinner. She's using the arugula that's in the garden. Super cool. I gotta say, man, like, this is kind of like, side note from what I'm about to say, but I love vlogging. As soon as I could be having an off day, whether I'm like frustrated or anxious or just not feeling normal, and as soon as I pick up the camera to speak to the camera, I like immediately feel better. I don't know what it is, I love it. So I'm grateful for you. But again, we premiered the video, the new music video. Thank you so much for every single person that was in it or that was in the premiere. I'm happy with the quality. It was so spontaneous. Funny story about that. And maybe I'll make like a side video about it. Like, you know, I don't know. Oh, you know what I need to do today? I need to make how I made videos. That's probably what I'll do. Like how I made the songs. That's a good idea, actually. Okay. I gotta think. Okay. I went to the city to meet Ark and for the interview, which the reason I went in, it was so that I could film this music video. I forgot the tripod, and I was like, oh man, that sucks. How am I gonna film it? I guess I'm gonna have to do areas where I could prop it up with this thing, you know. I was like, okay, that's whatever, that's fine, no big deal. And then I was like, you know what, just muster up some courage. And I was like, let me ask him. Let me see if he'd be up for helping me film. And I did, and thank God I did. It upped the quality so much having like somebody film, and it really solidifies the fact that like I need a videographer. Like I need to either spend the money or find somebody that's willing to do it for free or whatever the case is. Like I need to get somebody that films me. That handheld movement, it ups the quality so much. At least in my head, I really like the way it looks, and I really need somebody, even if I like, you know, pay them, I don't know, I gotta figure it out, but I need to find somebody that's local, that's available, that can be available a couple hours a week, and we'll like schedule things out. It's like that needs to happen. I need a videographer.
We're gonna head outside for a little bit, enjoy the nice weather. Oh, it's beautiful out.
I've got a vocal lesson in about 45 minutes, but I was really... So, totally unrelated to... I was at church yesterday, and the connection that I have to these is pretty funny, actually. But I was at church yesterday. My pastor quoted a guy. The context of the quote is the guy was talking to another guy being like, hey, what's your opinion? How do I draw a crowd to essentially preach to? And I took his response in like essentially just building a career. It's actually a really interesting response. And he responds by saying, the way you draw a crowd is... This is the quote: catch fire and people will want to come watch you burn. It's kind of a graphic image, but it's really interesting. And I took that as like as a career, and I'm like, you know what, you're right. Like, you be so on fire with your career and people will just, you won't have to worry about... It's kind of a graphic quote, but it's kind of interesting because like it's not about going out and finding the people that you're gonna, you know, share your music to or anything like that. It's actually about you being so on fire yourself and so good and so just on it that people are drawn to it and they want to see it. It's not like you don't have to draw them in. You actually have to put yourself out there and they are drawn to you. Another quote, actually, this is totally separate now, from Gary Vee. He talks about all the time, he's like, stop trying to convince people that are no's, typically with business, but it works with the music as well. Stop trying to convince people that are no's and turn them into a yes, and just go out and find your yeses. So stop trying to make people interested in your music. Instead, just put your music out there and be so on fire with yourself that people are drawn to it. Now with that, I think a big part of that is I'm going to call it the 3 P's. It's going to be practice, pray, and put it out there. Practice your music so that you are super talented in your craft. Pray, because it's only going to be with God's help. And 3, put your content out there. Just put stuff out there. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to be filming. I'm going to be practicing. I really want to get... I want to up the level of my performances and stuff. So that's what we're practicing. It's gonna make me as a musician, as a better songwriter, as a better performer, as a better all aspects. I think performance is super important. So I'm gonna work on that. Crashing, falling deeper, darling. In love, we have everything. Being 30 with bright eyes and big dreams. In love, we have everything. Alright, time for my vocal lesson. This coffee literally tastes like dirty water. Not so good. Zoom call. It was fun to practice it. I felt really good. It felt really good to practice. Just wrapped up my vocal lesson. Really good lesson. We chatted about a lot of things. The main thing was I was talking to her about the new song. I showed her the new song, Diamond Eyes, and like I was like, hey, it's already done, but I would love your feedback as to like, here's what I did, what do you think, how could it be done better, what do you like, what do you not like, and we just got real genuine feedback on it from a professional. I thought that was cool. My ego is feeling phenomenal at the moment. She was away, she was like on she was just away with some friends for a week, and then she was traveling for work for a week, so I haven't seen her in a while, but I have a bowl for the arugula that I'm about to do. She was on the beach with her friends when I sent her Wasted Away, because we had worked on it with melody wise and lyrically. We had worked on it together a bit, just like I had showed it to her, and we were like talking about the song and what direction I wanted to go in. She played it on the beach with her friends and showed her friends, and her friends were like, "This is your student?" And she's like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Wow, it's so professional." And that word made me feel so good, because like I'm curious, and not even like to some degree in an ego way. It's like I have my sound and I know what I sound like, but I'm always curious about unrelated people to me outside of my circle, fresh ears, uninfluenced ears, you know, what they think of my music. Because if I show somebody my music, or my mom shows somebody, or anybody like in my circle hears my music, they're influenced by their relationship with me. That girl from California that was friends with my vocal coach doesn't have any influence or any relationship with me, and she wouldn't hurt my feelings or my vocal coach's feelings by saying, "Hey, this song sucks." Like there would be no harm in that. So the fact that they were like, "Wow, really impressed," and then to be like, "This sounds so professional," like they two of them were vocal coaches also. They were like, "I wish I had students like this." Really showed some really cool feedback. It's like, okay, people really do like the music. Like that's a really good sign. I know I'm in the right direction, kind of thing. Like it was really genuinely good, authentic feedback to hear. Not even, like I said, not even like to inflate my ego, just to be like, but just to hear, wow, this is good. Like I'm glad to hear some really good feedback that's not influenced in any way. All right, we're going into the garden again today. We are gonna do some arugula move over here. Let's grab some arugula. This is actually my first time having my own arugula in a salad. Actually, Jamie made some sort of Greek dish, so that's what we're gonna have. I'm excited about this though. It looks pretty good. I think there's different types of arugula though, because this is not what the arugula in the store looks like. Oh, that kind of does right there actually. Oh, hi, Mr. Bullet. Yo, something's been getting in here and eating my stuff though. Like, look at this. This is what my cauliflower is supposed to look like, and this is what this one looks like. Something ate it, bro. Something's getting in. I think it's a chipmunk, because bunnies can't fit in here. Also, that's my own lettuce that I grew from seed. I'm pumped about that. Let's get a little bit more arugula and then we should be good to go. Yeah, this arugula looks great. Oh my gosh, look at this piece right here. Look at that guy. Looks great. Yo, and this kale. What is going on? This kale was this big a day or two ago. They're eating it, you see? You see little stems? You see the stems right there? They're eating it. What is going on?